I'm back in the car again. I guess y'all already could tell by the background in here. Yeah, I'm talking to myself. And this time, I'm not in my own parking lot. I'm in the library parking lot. So everyone can think I'm crazy. Especially since I'm very expressive in my videos. I'm always putting my hands up and doing stuff and dancing around, you know. That's just how I am. It's starting to get a bit dark outside. It's sort of like dusk out. Someone's starting up their car next to me, and it's a wonderful day. Although and they're leaving. Goodbye. And they're leaving, and I'm talking to myself in my car, or not my car, but everyone's gonna think I'm crazy talking to myself, but what are you gonna do, you know? Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, and sometimes doing what you have to do is talking to yourself. I've been thinking a lot about looking back, and even though I haven't been doing much looking back, I just think it's sort of interesting. I saw something recently. I can't remember what it was for the life of me, but it's sort of interesting. It's something I've thought about before, and something that got me thinking, like, how I talk about every time we look back at a memory, like, our memory of the memory changes a little, because everything in our brain is sort of connected. Like, one thing connects to another part, like, because we used to think that a memory was stored in, like, one part of the brain. This might sound like it's off topic, but you'll see how it comes in a minute. They used to think how one memory was just stored in, like, one particular part of the brain, but now, from what we're learning, as we learn more and more about the brain, we start to realize that there's connections all over the place. Like, there's one part of the brain memories in, like, let's say you smell something, like, that'll be stored in one part of the brain, like, where the smells are handled. I can't remember the technical term for it. I'm sure there is one, I just can't remember it. And then it'll trigger something at another part of the brain. Basically, it's like a network of memories, like one thing triggering another thing, triggering another thing. Sort of like life, like how when you turn on the engine to the car, it does one thing, and then it triggers another thing, and triggers another thing. It's sort of like a chain reaction. And I think that's sort of interesting, and it's sort of like, so anyways, how that gets back to us thinking about it. Every time we remember something, it re-triggers these things, and we might be influenced by feelings we're having now about our current situation or different things, and that sort of like morphs the connections a little. And it's sort of weird. Every time we remember something, even like little feelings about something might change, or sometimes even small details. Like, that's why sometimes we get things confused in our minds, or things change or whatever. I think that's sort of really cool and interesting and curious. And I think that makes more of a case for videos if we want to remember everything exactly, but it all depends. I'm not saying like everything totally changes or anything. I just thought that was sort of interesting, I guess. And it's sort of interesting, like, looking back. Okay, so this is how it ties into looking back. We look back and we remember things. Sometimes, like, we're having a really bad time. We remember how we thought something was really bad, but then when we remember it, it actually seems, like, pretty cool to us. Like, maybe in the past, like, maybe, I'm trying to think what a good example would be. Like, maybe being back in, like, elementary school or something, like, back in the day. Like, back then, maybe you didn't want to be in elementary school, and then you look back and you remember, and you're like, elementary school wasn't half bad, actually. I don't know, it's just anything. That could be anything, like maybe a past job, someone in your life, something, a good memory, maybe like a vacation, something you did or didn't want to do, or it's just sort of interesting how we remember things differently, and how different things that happen to us influence our memories, I guess. But also, a lot of that is just because of other life experiences we have, which change our feelings and perspectives on our life, and I guess that's just sort of interesting. Looking back, it's sort of, a lot of stuff's been going through my mind lately. A lot's been happening. Nothing really that bad. That makes it sound like it's a lot, like I'm going through a lot. Like, I guess a lot is happening, but a lot of nothing, too. It's weird. I don't know. And it's sort of interesting seeing other people, and I don't know. My life isn't really that bad. I'm a pretty lucky person, I think. Or I'm very fortunate for everything I have, and we all should be, but I really do feel like, even though sometimes I feel down, there's a lot, I feel like I'm very lucky to have the opportunities I have to be able to do things like make YouTube videos and be able to, I don't know, just do what I do, and I'm very thankful for that. And I think I'm glad to be here, I guess. Even though life sometimes can get you down, I'm glad to be doing this. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be alive. And I think there's something we can all be glad for. Something to think about, I guess. To be thankful for. Whether we're looking back or looking into now. I think, even though my life isn't that bad, I feel like simply being alive is something to be thankful for no matter what. Because being alive still means you have a chance to do something. Whatever. Like, no matter what situation you're in. I'm not saying some situations are as easy as others. But you could always do, like, something. Not to even fix the situation, but we can all do something to, I guess, make a difference. Whether it's in our lives or someone else's life or anything. In almost any situation, we can all do something to make a difference. I can understand, like, people being stressed out or busy. And I understand that. I'm not saying, like, everyone's obligated to do something for something else or for themselves or whatever, but all I'm trying to say is that someone's car must have went off. All I'm trying to say is that it's never too late to make a difference, and you just have, and a lot of it really is just kind of believing in yourself. There's some situations that are very tough situations, hard to get out of, but I guess the thing is, if you start out with the right attitude, it helps a lot. I don't know. And sometimes, even if we can't make a difference in one thing, we can at least try to make a difference at something. And that, I think, is a very good thing to remember. I guess. Hope that doesn't sound too crazy. Too crazy. Too crazy. Putting that accent on that CR. Like, that probably isn't even proper at all in any language. Yeah, guys, I've just been busy with stuff. I'm always busy with stuff. I say that. I'm gonna keep saying that for millennia. It's like, I'm infinitely busy with infinite stuff. Sometimes I just wish I could sit down and, like, make a ton of YouTube videos, like, because I like making videos, but it's so hard to find the time or the right space sometimes. Or topics sometimes. Like, sometimes I want to really make a video, and it's just like, I'm sitting there thinking, like, what could I do a video on? And my mind's just, like, blank, and it's just like, what? But I haven't had as many issues with that lately, but I've just been busy, and yeah. I meant to make this video a day earlier than I did, but I've just been busy with a lot of different things. Up to various different tasks. But anyways, you guys, thanks for watching. And one more thing I wanted to talk about before I get off. If for any of you that are interested in gaming, I now have a gaming channel on Twitch. I do some live streams from time to time. Usually I just play Call of Duty, but whatever. You can go follow me. I'll put a link to that in the description. I just do, like, various stuff on there or whatever. And it's just me streaming whenever, not any particular time. You can just follow me on Twitch if you want to know when the latest stream is. But anyways, you guys, I hope you all have a good one. If you like this video, be sure to leave it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. I was about to say something, but just, peace out, guys.